Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And just before the video starts, today's video you're seeing, or the gameplay you're seeing in the background, is a 43 and 13 with the MP5. Yes, I know it's not super insane gameplay, but I got this gameplay quite a while ago, and I'm just going to use it here to talk about yesterday's big Season 1 update. And I say big in quotations because it wasn't as much content as we thought it would be, okay? So, you know, this was promised as the, how do I put it, the biggest free update in Call of Duty history, which it kind of wasn't. They've basically partially released everything that they said they release, which I understand, but don't claim it as a the biggest free update, and then kind of lie about it. You know, it's a bit of a scummy way to go about things. It gets people hyped up again. The same thing with the big update in quotations for the first big update. It's kind of annoying, but besides starting off on a little bit of negative there, we're actually going to start with a positive, which is the microtransaction system. It is actually a good and fair system, okay? So what they've done is they've released the battle pass, and we all dreaded it. We were all like, okay, how much is this going to cost? Amazingly, for 100 tiers, it's only 1,000 card points. And that kind of fits in line with like Fortnite and Apex Legends for their battle passes, I believe. And on top of that, you can earn back card points for this. And the amount you can earn back through buying the pass is 1,300. And if you don't plan on buying the pass, which is perfectly reasonable, you have 20 free tiers to get, which is kind of annoying. That's not a lot of content there, only 20 things to get, but you do get 300 COD points, I believe. But if you buy the battle pass and get all the way up to 100, I don't know whether it finishes off all the COD points, but you get 1,300 COD points. So you can basically buy back the battle pass every time you complete it. So personally, I did go ahead and buy it, as I had 2,100 COD points that have been sitting on my account for God knows how long. And before anyone says, oh, have you paid for those tiers? Are you giving money to Activision? Nope, I did not pay for any of those COD points. Those COD points come from me pre-ordering the standard edition that always seems to come with COD points. There was a promo in World War II where I got, I think, 500 COD points for doing certain challenges. And I believe for signing up for the COD app, I don't know if that's still a thing, so if you haven't signed up to the COD app and have an account on there, make sure you do, because I think you can still get COD points. I'm not sure if that's still a thing, but try it out, see if there's any COD points there for you, and try and build you up to the pass, because I think it's worth it. Though I'm not sure how much content is in it, but they have put the filler items as we all kind of expected, which is the keychains, the emblems. I think there might be some watches, which watches are kind of cool, but they're not that cool. The only thing that I have a big complaint about though is, yes, there's weapon variants and different gunsmiths and stuff, which are kind of like skins. But we got no actual camos. I wanted some cool camos, and I didn't expect them to release any of the cool ones like Black Ops 4 did with like moving camos and that, because obviously they've gone with this whole realism thing. But there's no camos, there's no like pure white camo or some sort of cool psychedelic thing, or just any like cool standard pattern for a gun. They're just not there. We just have weapon variants with attachments that you probably won't use and will probably remove from the gun anyway. But it is what it is. 100 tiers, it's a perfectly reasonable price, and on top of that they release stuff to the store like different packs for, I believe, characters with like different outfits. I think there's certain themes like a Texan theme and all that, so those are kind of cool. They're not the best priced, I'd say, but it's for those who want to splash the cash. They're called, the way that it's called in like, I believe in spending terms, is like a cash cow or a whale. And that's not an offensive thing or anything, but that's what they're called, is people who spend a lot of money on a game free willingly, and that's kind of what it's aimed towards, I believe. But they're actually not that bad, but the pricing of them isn't the best, and I won't be buying them because I ain't got like 1,000 COD points to sit there and spend for every one of those packs. I think if you have to buy all those packs, it's going to be easily 10,000 COD points to get all those packs. So it's a fair, but it's a fairish system, I'd say. It's a decent system. Though the one problem is, it is quite slow to level up. Okay, I did play on the day of the update, of the release of this, and out of, I think it was between 4 to 6 hours of playing, I've only leveled up the battle pass about 3 or 4 tiers. I can't remember what I'm on, and that's quite slow. To put that in comparison, in Black Ops 4 I would have probably done 8, 9 or 10 tiers, and obviously in Black Ops 4 we had the tier skip and the daily tier skip, the zombie tier skip, all these things you could do to gain a tier skip to get the pass completed quicker. We don't have that currently in Modern Warfare. I don't know if they're planning to add it. I hope they do, because currently it's incredibly slow, and if this continues at this rate, and this is how it's going to be for the whole season, a lot of people are not going to complete 100 tiers. And I don't know where the 20 tiers finishes up. I don't know if they have how they've spread it out. I don't know if you can just get 20 tiers straight up, or if it's spread out. Say like you have 100 tiers and there's one thing at 1 and there's one thing at 10 and etc. etc. I don't know how the free tier work. I haven't looked at that personally, but I think that's a bit of a bad thing. They need to either incorporate a daily tier skip or something, or change the way the progression works. Because one, we don't know how it works yet, and I'm sure people will find out. I don't know if it's linked to XP, which might make sense, to be honest. I don't know. It could be, but I think it's probably done by playtime, because I did level up a few times after the update dropped, because obviously everyone got reset back to, I believe, 56, I believe, and I'm back up to 61, 62. So that kind of fits in around the time progression of me doing 3 or 4 tiers, so we'll have to see. Someone will probably, do a video on it, probably Exclusive Ace or Drifter will probably find out how the tier progression works. And yeah, so they need to do something about that. They need to probably fix that, because most people are not going to be able to complete 100 tiers at the rate of progression it is needed to complete it. Especially as I believe you need, I think how many days is it? It's 61, 69 days, something like that. It's around 60 odd days to complete, so you need to do about 2 tiers a day, which if it's 3 to 4 hours to complete 2 to 3 tiers, or 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, not many people are going to be doing that. Just not many people are going to be doing that, especially as people have work, etc, etc. There's things that people need to do other than just play Modern Warfare, But, so yeah, and kind of a negative, kind of a positive, but let's move on. Let's get into the actual update of the game, the settings are changing and stuff like that. So let's start with, they added Crash. We all knew that was coming, it was leaked, obviously they put it in their thing. But they only added Crash. They didn't add Shipment, they didn't add the other map, I can't remember what it was called. But they didn't add any of the other maps, really. There's like a good few maps that are missing, so they're clearly going to release this content throughout the season. But that's why it's kind of scummy that they claim this as the big, the free update and biggest free content, release in the game's history. When I believe they only released about 2 maps, and a few, obviously the Battle Pass, but every other game's had a Battle Pass, and it's not really free content, is it, the Battle Pass? But yeah, so it's a bit of a letdown there. But they added Crash 24/7. Personally, haven't played it. I did play the map in combat training just to warm up my aim yesterday, and it looks okay. They added a few of their quote-unquote safe spaces to it, so I don't know how people are going to react to that, because it doesn't look like some of it fits in well with the map. It looks like genuinely spots where people are supposed to camp, which is kind of crazy. They're kind of like revealing the details of the game and how they want the game to be played, don't they? Which is, you put your Claymore down, you sit on this head glitch, and you just get as many kills as you want, but not really that good, really. So, Crash was added. I don't know what people are going to make of it. I personally won't be playing it, because again, with skill-based matchmaking still not being dealt with, still being in the game, it's 100% there. There's not much point in me playing TDM domination, etc, etc. And I'll probably still be playing Ground War for the near future. But speaking of Ground War, they added Port, which is some sort of cargo map. And for the few amount of times I've played it, because I believe that today there's an actual update to improve the stability of Ground War, because one, I had a hard time trying to play this map, because when you got into a lobby that had this map in the rotation, it wouldn't let you play. It just kept, I don't know, it just kept trying to refill the lobby or something. It just would not let you play. I played it about 2 or 3 times, and my experience of it so far, it seems like a complete cluster. There's so much stuff on the map. Again, it's a map with just so much pointless stuff on it. Buildings everywhere, rooftops, things you can climb on. And I'm not really sure if I like them. Again, I'll change my opinion if, I'll let you know if I change my opinion, because I only played a few times on it, and obviously there are a lot of people trying to play on these maps, the sweaty people, the non-sweaty people. But it's a complete cluster of everything. Like, it's not a great map right now, in my opinion, but maybe my opinion will change once things settle down. But currently I did not like the way that map played. It just seemed like everything was happening everywhere. So, it is what it is. What else did they do? They added this game mode Reinforce. I have no idea if anyone's going to play that. It feels like a game mode that shouldn't even be added, really, to be honest. It's just a game mode that just sits there and it's like, cool, you added it, and then that's it, there's nothing, no one's going to play it for like months and months. But it is what it is. Speaking of that as well, they removed Gun Game, and I can never understand this. Personally, I don't play Gun Game, but they removed it. And it's a party game mode, and I don't see why they keep having to add it, remove it. Like, this has been going on for quite a while in COD now. They just they add party games and then they remove them. And I can't understand that. I just don't get why they do that. It should just be left there. I don't know if there's skill-based matchmaking gun game. That would be hilarious if there is. There probably is, to be honest, so it's quite embarrassing, really. It's supposed to be a party game, like, you know, you're supposed to go in there and have fun. Because I love playing gun game here and there. Obviously, I'm not going to play it in this game, but in Black Ops 2, I used to play gun game. I think everyone used to love playing gun game in Black Ops 2. It was a fun time. But yeah, I just don't understand that. But yeah, they removed gun game, as it says here. They removed Shoot House 24/7. I have no idea if Shoot House is in the rotation then for TDM or that. But they removed a map that they added, which is kind of confusing. They should keep it, shouldn't they? That's the whole idea of making the map. That means the time they spent making that map is just wasted because the map is no longer there. Again, I don't know if it's in TDM that. If it is, it's going to not pop up very often though. And now we've got Crash 24/7. They should realistically have Shoot House still there as a 24/7 playlist, to be honest, so that we can all escape playing these terrible, terrible maps. But it is what it is. They also removed the 2v2 gunfight tournament, so I'm guessing that was a test for it. But either way, I kind of like that. I like that mode. You know, I like the 2v2 tournament, and I was actually going to plan to do it with you guys, but that's been thrown in the water, I guess. You know, I don't know what to say. No longer to be able to play the 2v2 gunfight tournament, and it would have been cool to release rewards each week, but well, I don't know. I don't make the decisions, unfortunately, but these people, I don't know what they're doing. But let's see, what else did they do? Some general fixes here and there. Surprise, surprise, you know. But overall, realistically, just bug fixes. Obviously the adding of content to the game. They did nerf the 357 buckshot. They reduced the damage range, the effective hipfire. And they tuned the attachments, or the barrel attachments. But other than that, not really a weapon balance of any sort. Nothing's really changed, though there is a few rumours going around that the FAL and stuff has been nerfed and the AK, so that would be interesting. I'll have to see. Someone will probably do a video on that, seeing if they've actually secretly nerfed stuff. Which would be quite interesting, because there's a big, I think there's a thread somewhere explaining that they might have actually updated more stuff than we think, and they haven't said. For instance, actually, this is one thing they didn't put in, and it's quite obvious why, because people would have an uproar about it. The XP to level up has been doubled, if you did not have knowledge of that. That's something I noticed yesterday. It takes a lot longer to level up now. It used to be, I think it was from 56 to 57, or 55 to 56, whatever. It was about 10,000 XP. But now it's been changed to 20,000 XP, and there is no indication of that in the patch notes whatsoever. So it might come as a shock, but yes, you have to level up basically twice now to do one level, which is kind of interesting. And I'm wondering if that links into the battle pass then. Again, we'll find that out in a few days probably. That's quite interesting, and there's no I don't know how to put it, no comments about it, nothing in the patch notes, nothing. So secretly changing stuff without telling us, again, that's not good communication, but it is what it is. They did an update for PC, which is the shaders. Don't know what that has to do with, but yeah, the Codcaster, again, mainly just bug fixes and stuff like that. So I'm surprised this update was actually as big as it was. I don't know if they've added the maps then to on our consoles, but they're waiting to be released, because obviously there's a few more maps that need to be added. By the way, as well, they broke Gunfight. Playing Gunfight is actually broken on the docks map, I believe. There's a boat that goes through the middle of it. So they have broken a few things. As well as S&D, there is now, if you play S&D and you have the bomb and you shoot, you are on the radar. So I don't know what they're doing. Again, bug fixes that seem to come with more bugs in it. I just don't know how that works, but it is what it is. But yeah, so overall, this update was, again, not that amazing. You know, there was a few things, but overall, no major changes to the game. No big overhaul that this game needs. No removal of skill-based matchmaking. Just not a lot, really. And obviously it'll be released over due course and due time, but it's not great, is it? It's really not that great. So let me know your comments. Well, put a comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of the big Season 1 update. Because overall, my opinion's a bit meh. It's kind of an average update. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!